Hi dear children, I am Rakhi, PGT Economics. Last class we studied about consumer equilibrium. Who is a consumer? A consumer is one who buys goods and services for the satisfaction of wants. And consumer is in equilibrium when he gets maximum satisfaction from the given commodity. The last class we studied about utility. What is utility? Utility is one satisfying power of a commodity. And this utility is measured on the basis of util. Then we studied total utility and margin utility. What is total utility? It is a total satisfaction derived by the consumer from the consumption of each unit of commodity. And what is margin utility? It is the addition made to total utility when one more unit of the commodity is consumed. Then we studied about the relationship between total utility and margin utility on the basis of schedule and diagram. I think all of you understood my last classes. If you like my classes, please like and subscribe my channel Economic Mall. Now we will study about law of diminishing margin utility. Law of diminishing margin utility, it is introduced by H.H. Gosson. It is introduced by H.H. Gosson. So, it is also known as Gosson's first law of consumption. It is also known as Gosson's first law of consumption. What is law of diminishing margin utility? It means as we consume more and more unit of the same commodity, the utility or satisfaction derived from that commodity goes on decreasing. Means if we eat the same commodity again and again, what will happen? Our satisfaction for that commodity goes on decreasing. Okay, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. So, law of diminishing margin utility states as we consume more and more unit of same commodity, utility or satisfaction derived from that commodity goes on decreasing. This is law of diminishing marginal utility. So, law of diminishing margin utility introduced by H.H. Gosson. So, it is also known as Gosson's first law of consumption. What is law of diminishing margin utility? As we consume more and more unit of the same commodity, the utility or satisfaction derived from that commodity goes on decreasing. Now, we will study about the assumptions of law of diminishing margin utility. There are certain assumptions of law of diminishing margin utility because already it is an assumed concept. Means if we consume again and again one commodity, the utility or satisfaction from that commodity goes on decreasing. So, it is based on certain assumption. First one is cardinal measurement of utility. Cardinal measurement of utility. It means utility can be measured in terms of numbers. Last class we already said cardinal approach means utility can be measured in terms of numbers, that is 1, 2, 3 like that. So, cardinal measurement of utility means utility can be measured in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that we can measure the utility on the basis of cardinal numbers. Okay. Next assumption is monetary measurement of utility. Monetary measurement of utility. What is monetary measurement of utility? It means utility can be measured in terms of money. It means utility can be measured in terms of money. Means 10 rupee ice cream means its utility is what? 10. 20 rupee ice cream means its utility is 20. Like that we can measure the utility on the basis of money terms. Monetary measurement of utility means utility can be measured in terms of money. Okay. Next assumption. Next assumption is reasonable quantity of the commodity. Reasonable quantity of commodity. It means a consumer consumes reasonable amount of the commodity. Means he is drinking 1 glass of water, not 1 spoon of water. If he drink 1 spoon of water, again drinking more spoons, his satisfaction will increase. But if he drink 1 glass of water, again drinking more glass of water, what will happen? The satisfaction goes on decreasing. So next assumption is reasonable quantity of commodity. Means a consumer consume reasonable amount of commodity. A consumer consumes reasonable amount of commodity. Okay, so next assumption is reasonable quantity of commodity. It means a consumer consumes reasonable amount of commodity. Means a glass of water, like that reasonable amount only he is consuming. Okay. Next assumption is consumption is a continuous process. Consumption is continuous process. You know, consumption is a continuous process, like that assumption means continuously a consumer consuming the commodity. Means if he eating the ice cream morning to afternoon, means continuously consuming, then only the satisfaction from that commodity goes on decreasing. So next assumption of law diminishing margin utility is consumption is continuous process. Means a consumer consume the commodity continuously. A consumer consume commodity continuously. Means there is no gap between that. He is continuously eating ice cream. Like that we are assuming. Or he is continuously eating any commodity. Like that we are assuming. Okay. So we studied the 4 assumptions of law diminishing margin utility. First one is what? Cardinal measurement of utility. Next one is monetary measurement of utility. Next one is reasonable quantity of commodity. Next one is consumption is a continuous process. Next one is rational consumer. Means a consumer is rational human being. Means he always wants to get maximum satisfaction from the consumption of given commodity. So rational consumer means a consumer always try to get maximum satisfaction from the consumption of given commodity. A consumer always try to get maximum satisfaction from the consumption of given commodity. Next assumption of law of diminishing margin utility is no change in quality. No change in quality. Means here we are assuming a consumer is consuming always same quality of the product. Suppose he is eating first vanilla ice cream, next chocolate flavor. Like the different flavor means his satisfaction will increase. But here we are assuming that the same quality of the product only he is consuming. Suppose vanilla ice cream means always he is consuming vanilla ice cream only. Then only his satisfaction goes on decreasing if he eat the ice cream again and again. So next assumption is no change in quality, means a consumer consumes always same quality product. Here we assume that a consumer consumes always same quality product. Okay, so which are the next assumptions we studied? A rational consumer. A consumer always try to get maximum satisfaction from the given commodity. Next one is no change in quality. A consumer always consumes same quality product. No change in the quality of the product. Means one flavor ice cream means he is eating same flavor only continuously. Then only his satisfaction from that commodity goes on decreasing. Next assumption is independent utility. Independent utility means the utility of one commodity is different from other commodity. Likewise, utility of one individual is different from the utility of another individual. Yes, no, satisfaction level of different consumers are different. So, the utility from one consumer is different from the utility of another consumer. So, independent utility means utility of one commodity is different from another commodity. Likewise, utility of one person is different from another person. Here we assume that utility of one commodity is different from another commodity. Likewise, utility of one person is different from another person. Utility of one person is different from another person. Okay, next assumption we studied about law of diminishing margin utility is independent utility. Means utility of one commodity is different from another commodity. Likewise, utility of one person is different from another person. Next assumption is margin utility of money remain constant. Here we assume that the marginal utility of money remain constant. Means money value of the commodity is always same. 10 rupee ice cream means its utility is 10 rupees. 20 rupee ice cream means its utility is 20 rupees. Means money value always remain constant. 10 rupee ice cream means that quantity of the product always same. There is no change in that. So marginal utility of money remain constant. Next assumption is fixed income and price. Fixed income and price means the consumer income is always fixed. Likewise, the price of the commodity is always fixed. So, what is fixed income and price? Consumer income is always fixed. Means suppose 1 month he is getting 50,000 rupees. Here assume that all months he is getting same amount, means 50,000 rupees. Likewise, price of the commodity, that is 10 rupee ice cream means his price is always constant, that is 10 rupees. Likewise, fixed income and price, this is the next assumption of law of diminishing marginal utility. Means income of the consumer always constant. Likewise, price of the commodity always constant. Price of the commodity always constant. Next assumption is perfect knowledge. It means a consumer has perfect knowledge about the market condition. Means he had full knowledge about the price of the commodity, quantity of the commodity, quality of the commodity, what about his income, based on his income whether he can purchase that commodity. Likewise, he had perfect knowledge about the market condition. So, perfect knowledge means a consumer has perfect knowledge about market condition. So, these all are the assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. Which are the assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility? Cardinal measurement utility. Means utility can be measured in terms of numbers 1, 2, 3 like that. Next one is monetary measurement utility. Means utility can be measured in terms of money. Next one, rational consumer. A consumer always try to get maximum satisfaction. Next one, reasonable quantity of the commodity. A consumer always consume reasonable amount of the commodity. Next one is continuous process. A consumption is a continuous process. A consumer consume the commodity continuously. Means there is no gap in between that. Continuously eating same commodity. Next one is no change in quality. Means quality of the product remain always same. Quality of the product remain same. There is no change in the quality of the product. Vanilla ice cream means he is eating always vanilla ice cream only. Okay. Likewise, the monetary value of the commodity, that is money measurement of the commodity remain same. 10 rupee ice cream means it always has 10 rupees only. Likewise, the law of diminishing marginal utility is based on certain assumption. Fixed income and prices means income of the consumer is fixed. Likewise, price of the commodity is always fixed. Likewise, perfect knowledge. A consumer has perfect knowledge about the market condition. Means he has perfect knowledge about the price, quantity of the product, quality of the product. Likewise, he had perfect knowledge about the market condition. So, these all are the assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. I think you understood the assumptions. Next, we will study about the schedule. That is law of diminishing marginal utility schedule. Here we can see that the unit of ice cream increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that the consumption of ice cream increasing. That time total utility also initially increasing. Yes, now 20 to 36, 36 to 46, 46 to 50. Likewise, it is initially increasing from 1 to 4 unit. Yes, no. Means first unit of ice cream to second unit it increases from 20 to 36. Then 2 to 3 it increases from 36 to 46. 3 to 4 it increases from 46 to 50. Then at 50 unit total utility remains same, that is 50 only. Then 5 to 6 unit it falls from 50 to 44 unit. Means when the unit of ice cream consumption increasing, initially total utility increasing. Then it remain constant at 50 unit of ice cream. Then at 60 unit of ice cream, it falls from 50 to 44. What about margin utility? Margin utility continuously decreasing. Means when consumption of ice cream increases from 1 to 6 unit, margin utility continuously decreasing. And at 50 unit, margin utility became 0. It is the point of saturity. Means at 50 units means total utility is maximum. Means at 50 unit of ice cream, total utility is maximum at 50 units. That time margin utility is 0. When the total utility is maximum and margin utility is 0, that is what maximum satisfaction, because here the total utility is maximum. Then at 60 unit, the total utility falls from 50 to 44. And what about the margin utility? It falls 0 to negative, that is 0 to minus 6. Here you can see that when the unit of consumption of ice cream increasing, margin utility continuously decreasing. It reaches to 0 and finally it became negative. Means as we consume more and more unit of the same commodity, the utility or satisfaction from that commodity goes on decreasing. That is law of diminishing marginal utility. Now we will study about the diagrammatic explanation. In this diagram you can see that unit of ice cream it is measured on the x-axis and margin utility it is measured on the y-axis. And here you can see that when the unit of ice cream increasing, what will happen? The margin utility curve. This is the margin utility curve. It continuously falls. Here you can see that each rectangle, by seeing that each rectangle we can see that the size of the rectangle is what? Decreasing. It became smaller. Yes, no. Compared to first rectangle, second one is smaller. Like that it became smaller and smaller with the increasing unit of ice cream. So this A, B, C, D, it all showing what? Marginal utility. So it decreasing from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E with increasing units of ice cream. Okay. First initially the margin utility is decreasing, but it is a positive only up to 5 unit. Okay. Then at 5 unit the margin utility became 0. And at 60 unit what will happen? The margin utility became negative. Means when the unit of ice cream increases, that time margin utility continuously falls. So the margin utility curve it slopes downwards. Margin utility curve slopes downward. I think everyone understood law of diminishing margin utility. Means today's class we studied about the definition. What is law of diminishing margin utility? As we consume more and more unit of the same commodity, the utility or satisfaction derived from that commodity goes on decreasing. And this law of diminishing margin utility, it is introduced by H.H. Gosson. So it is also known as Gosson's first law of consumption. Afterwards, we studied about certain assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. Next, we studied about the schedule, marginal utility schedule, that is law of diminishing marginal utility schedule. And finally, we studied about the diagram. Here we can see that with the increasing unit of ice cream, what will happen? The margin utility it is decreasing. So, the margin utility curve slopes downwards. I think everyone understood today's class. All of you can write the notes up to dately. Thank you.